that would have been a hopeless ego boost, and I don't know if I'd ever would have gotten over it. Okay? Just don't know. Okay, she started screaming, and it was like, I was sitting in the screen-in porch, the dining, one day, and she just launched herself at me in the middle of lunch. Who do you think you are? And how do you dare to find these mistakes? And not that I was finding mistakes, but how do you dare to rewrite his manuscript? And I don't remember what she said. It was like, Somya, come on, I'm eating lunch. Why are you attacking me while I'm eating lunch? And I was, in the beginning, I felt calm, but when somebody comes at you with that kind of negative energy, it kind of stirs up your system too. So I still had stuff going on with me, and at the end of that meeting, I was a little shaken. Okay, that was probably the first time that I was, in ashram, maybe around 99, I don't remember. 99, 2000, 2001, whatever, I can't remember so much stuff. Can't keep it all straight. So that's the history that we have from the very beginning. I was the person who found all the mistakes, and whose Gita was highly praised by Swamiji, and whose Gita Swamiji even wanted to publish. And that sent me off the edge too. I mean, I just then I started writing. Oh God, then I put it in. I was supposed to put it in the computer and put it, start writing it. Swamiji's thing was that he just wanted people to be natural and work and do something. And when you work and do something and you're natural and you involve yourself, you lose yourself. You lose your not yourself. You find actually yourself in a way. You lose all of your self-consciousness by concentrating on something else. Okay, you get involved in a project, like you won't even hear people talking around you because you're so concentrated on what you're doing. Everybody's had this experience one time or another. Okay, so he just wants people to work. So whatever makes you, whatever gets your jollies, whatever you think to do, he wants to support you in that. If he thinks that you will be fully involved, he doesn't care what it is, as long as it's not something destructive, that's going to hurt you physically or in some other way, But whatever it is, it can't be something that's against the law. But basically, whatever you want to do, he wants to support that so that you can be involved in some kind of action to keep you busy. So he wanted me to put all this thing in the computer that I wrote. So, but by then my ego was so, that's like, it was really getting up there. Okay, so I was putting this out in the computer, and then I wanted to print it. Well, Swami refused to give me any paper, which led to Swamiji himself, personally, the master, the great yogi, the rock star, my hero, went into the town and brought me back a ream of paper so that I could print it. So this is our history, the basis of our relationship in the ashram. That's how it started out, me and Somya, okay? But on the other hand, I used to run to her with all kinds of problems. Whenever I would start to feel confused about anything, and when all of my stuff started coming up, all of my issues started hitting the fan, I would run to Somya's office, and I would sit there for hours and hours and talk to her. And all of this stuff that I would tell her, la, 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 and all this junk just came out. Okay, one of the things that I did, going around the mountain, walking around the mountain every day, it pulled me into a state of mind, and all of these things started surfacing in my consciousness, and I would vomit all that in Somya's office for hours, like 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes more. Okay? And she patiently sat through all of this, never complaining. So that went on for years. Okay? So here we have the basis of this kind of love-hate relationship. But always, Somya is the superior person. She's the great yogi for me, in a way, there's this hierarchy thing that happens in an ashram. This hierarchy. It's people who have been there longer and people who haven't been there as long. And it just goes up and down, and people almost kill each other, and all kinds of stuff happens. So after a few years of this, I stopped talking to Somi because I just thought, well, this is, just can't be good. I mean, it's draining for her. That's not the reason I stopped. I wanted to stop because it was like I felt like an idiot, always having to talk to somebody. But sometimes you just you can't hold the pressure. It just comes out, okay? And that was my way of releasing the pressure. So I had to talk to somebody, and that just, had to happen. So it was her. She was the only choice for some reason. So, where was this going? Yeah, so Swamiji will make announcements that XYZ person, ABC thing is going to happen, or whatever. And then he'll immediately go and do exactly the opposite, Or he'll do whatever he says he's going to do. But a lot of times he would say, this thing's going to happen, then another thing will happen, okay. And he said okay, that he was going to initiate me or something, okay. It's like, I can't explain. And I don't know why I'm even trying, but it's just funny. My whole ego trip was about yoga, okay? My whole craziness was about yoga, okay? And in the end, it seems like the universe provided this stage and all these players just so that I could get over my stupid thing, okay? That's what it feels like. Because these people, they played it. They played it so beautifully. For 11 years, I was the black sheep of this group and the worst yogi. I did everything wrong. It was like, Somya, I would go to her office, and one time she told me that, because my thing was I would always run up to her saying, I'm sorry I did this, and I'm sorry I did that, and I'm a jerk because this, and I'm stupid because of that, and I would confess all kind of stuff, right? And I don't know what I had told, so I have no idea. She said to me one time, well, if nothing else, you can always serve as a negative example. And that kind of stuck with me, but I thought she meant it as a joke. But friends, she was serious. I think she was serious, I really do. That branded me, basically. I was branded as the person. Now, anybody who's never been to an ashram or doesn't know about what it's about, and especially, or let's just say, people who don't know this group of people, they don't know these people, they don't know what's up with them, you're not going to have an inkling of what I'm talking about. So it's really hard for me to get you into this. So if this is too much, just sign off and forget it. But these people think that they're very, very, very special, and Swamiji wants them to think that. And frankly, they are special, but maybe not for the reasons that they think they're special, okay? But they are special. They are different. They are a cut above. And he was like, the way he was going on all the time was like he was God. But that's what they wanted, They wanted somebody who declared that they were God. Now, don't get the wrong idea. He never abused anyone.